Pakistan did not create a myth, and even the gear was broken, and it had to be repaired in order to save money. But the old Ba brothers actually nailed the gear to explode, and even the parts suppliers were indifferent, because the parts in Pakistan were frankly cost-effective. This forced the owner to choose a repair shop. Although the current gear has been split in two, after the next operation of the repair shop, its destined gear will start to rotate again, and after the master's careful inspection, it is found that the flatness of the end face affects the alignment of the two. Considering that the gear needs to restore the roundness of the original base, only the thickness of the end surface can be sacrificed, and the polishing treatment can only ensure that the end surface is absolutely flattened, and the subsequent splicing can avoid the deviation of the angle. Yin Guan's maintenance seems to be unusual and simple, but the most important thing is the data measured at the splicing. After all, the thickness of the polished end surface of the angle grinder needs to be made up by welding rod overlay, considering that the strength of the polishing splash weld cannot withstand the torque of the wheel shaft, in order to make the center of the splicing surface also bear the force. According to the size of the area of the whole end face, the points are marked at both ends according to the example, so that the welding rod can only be welded on the inside of both ends of the surface. And there is also a uniform stress point. Not only will it not affect the splicing surface of the gear, but there is also no trace at all. And after there is a specific maintenance plan, it is necessary to repeatedly measure the tilt of the gear to prevent the deviation of the hole position caused by the verticality of the hole after the specific maintenance plan. However, because the marking point is on the thumb screw hole, the master should pay attention to the depth of the hole to avoid the wheel axle being unable to be used in the car. After going through the drill bit, the holes on both sides are now about to be hammered into the hole position by passing through the wolf's head, and the inner nail of the same mark can not only allow the other section of the finger wheel mouth to be flat spliced, but also adjust the gap between the two at will to achieve the purpose of making up for the grinding thick. Considering the gap in the middle, it is necessary to control the accuracy of whether it is correct or not, and when striking the docking with the wolf's head, it is necessary to rotate to test whether it is in line with the roundness of the gear wheel, to prevent the inconsistency of the penetration depth on both sides, and to confirm the longitudinal angle. The master will spot weld to fix the gap width, so that the water level can be corrected with the help of the child, and the requirements of lying in a circle have been pre-assembled at this time. Then, the gap at both ends can be completely covered with a welding rod with good ductility, so that the fracture position is completed the balance of the Therefore, the master should refer to the thickness data next to it, and make detailed cuts on the protruding part of the weld bar, so that the entire weld bar can be seen without any traces. It is necessary to ensure that the data is free of any errors, and the surface must also be restored to the gloss at the time of appearance. To avoid the inconsistency of the slot width affecting the bite of the teeth, although the gears are now able to turn normally, the broken crack just runs through the original fixing frame. However, fortunately, in the repair shop, this kind of gear shaft only needs to be repaired with teeth and molds, and the calibration can be accurately determined, and the hole position of the cover can be accurately determined. White drill drilling is also very smooth.